This is a lesson I should have learned a long time ago, but sometimes everybody needs a little bit of a refresher. Whenever you tell God what you're going to do, when you tell him your plans, he laughs at you every time. Today is Friday, December 23rd. I am the host of Maddie's Rap, author, and world-renowned storyteller, Matt D. Talford. And a couple days ago on my community board on my YouTube channel, I told all of you that I would not be recording any new content from now till the end of the year. But I got hit with a download this morning at download 30. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about, all right? I got a download at download 30. And the Spirit of the Most High said, Matt, go into the office and record this. So here I am. Don't say what you're not going to do, because you might do it. And don't say what you are going to do, because you might not do it. Be present. Live in the moment. All right? Coming up on this edition of Maddie's Rap, I'm going to be talking to, now I'm smiling now, but it's about to turn serious. I'm going to be talking to a group of people, a group of souls that perhaps got bamboozled in 2021 based on the events and all of the sorcery of 2020. All right? Coming up on Maddie's Rap, we're going to talk about that thing and how to deal with it. Stay tuned. And welcome back to another edition of Maddie's Rap. I'm your host, world-renowned author and storyteller, Matt D. Talford, author of a couple of amazing books that I'm really not going to go into detail with on this particular video. So if you want to, for those of you who have seen my videos, you know about these books. For those of you that are new to my channel, this is your first time watching me, you can either click on some of my old videos or some of my previous videos. I don't like the word old. Or you can click the links in the description box. There'll be links in the description box and thumbnails of the images of the book covers at the end of this video. I want to end today's video with some very powerful affirmations. You will understand why I'm doing that as I proceed through today's video. So I'm going to skip past the normal stuff. Guys, ladies, if you're a returning subscriber, you're a new subscriber, you guys know the amount of love I have in my heart for you. And I love you guys to the moon and back. So I want to give you that up front. Okay, I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you for all of your love and your positive energy and your comments, your likes, your shares, okay? Your subscriptions, you're urging other people to subscribe. All of these things have produced an energy that has caused this channel to grow and that has increased the love frequency in this earth. You are a part of that. You are a co-creator of the new earth. So I thank you for participating in this channel and the love energy thereof. Now, let's get on to today's subject matter. All right, so the thing. If you saw the introduction, you know the thing. You're gonna know what the thing is here in a minute, because I'm gonna use boxing terms to describe what that thing is. All right, we boxing. We're in spiritual warfare right now, guys. You know, full-fledged spiritual warfare, and fighting against powers and principalities that are not necessarily seen. All right, so you got to be clever, you got to be smart, you got to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. So let me begin by giving you a variable, a name that we're going to use for the thing, so that when you hear me say this variable throughout the rest of this video, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to use a boxing example. Where are my boxing fans at? Okay. What is the oldest combination in boxing? If you answered the 1-2, you are exactly right. 1, 2. 1, 2, okay? 1-2 is a jab followed by a cross, right? A jab, right cross. Or if you're left-handed, right jab, left cross, okay? 1-2. The 1 is the jab, the 2 is the cross. Y'all know where I'm going with this, all right? The 1. We're going to be talking about the 1 today, okay? The 1. Stay with me, okay? I hope that didn't lose anybody, all right? Because we got to work with these algorithms and artificial that thing, you know what I mean? Whatever. Let's keep it moving. When you hear me say the 1 of the 1-2, all right? You know what I'm talking about. The 1, all right? Now, what I want you to understand is that the 1 is not all powerful. Why am I saying this? All right. I saw a documentary that a friend of mine recommended that you cannot find on this platform. You got to go to another platform to look it up. Ali had a series. Actually, he had a boxing match with George Foreman back in the day. All right. That match was coined or branded the Rumble in the Jungle, okay? The Rumble in the Jungle. Now, when I say the Rumble in the Jungle, drop the jungle part, all right? Drop the jungle part, and then you'll know where you can find this documentary titled Died Suddenly. I don't want everybody to watch that. I don't even know why I brought it up. I don't want everybody to watch that, okay? Because some people, it's going to perhaps lower your vibration, all right? I watched it at the advice of a friend of mine, and it was concerning. But there were people that mentioned that some of those things would be happening as a result of events that took place in 2021. This is not, you know what? Speak those things the way you want them to be. This is not a hard video, all right? The message may be tough for some, but stay with me, because I promise you that by the end of this video, you are going to be empowered to overcome the effects of any of the sorcery. Y'all go watch my video on how to defuse sorcery, okay? By the end of this video, you're going to be empowered to overcome completely, all right? And moving forward, the effects of the sorcery that took place in 2020 and 2021 and into 2022, okay? We're doing a reversal now. We're going to do a retrograde, y'all. For those of y'all that follow astrology, all right? Astronomy, rather. We're going to do a retrograde here. We're going back. We're fixing some stuff. That's what retrogrades are about. People get afraid of retrogrades. Retrogrades are course correction. They're opportunities to go back and fix things that went haywire, all right? So we're going to do a retrograde on the events that happened in 2020, 2021, and even into 2022, because this is the end of 2022. So we're going to set the course for 2023, all right? We are going to set the course for 2023. Let's do this. So now, again, by the end of this video, you're going to be empowered to upgrade your life, all right? Now, the 1 is not all powerful. I want y'all to stay with me. I'm talking in code a little bit, and if you can't get it, I'm sorry, y'all. Maybe watch the video with somebody else that can decipher some of the things I'm saying here. I'm doing this for a reason. I'm speaking to you in these terms for a very significant reason. So I hope that you guys can stay with me. I don't normally talk in code. I'm talking in code today, all right? And yeah, I'm putting it out there for you, those of you who, anyway, I'm not even thinking about y'all. Y'all ain't even whatever. Y'all don't count. And you know who I'm talking to if I say y'all don't count, all right? Spiritual warfare. Let's go. The 1 is not all powerful, y'all. The 1 is not all powerful. How do we know that the 1 is not all powerful? Well, because they continuously urge you to get another one. All right? If the 1 were all powerful, you would not need to get another one. All right? If the 1 were all powerful, the damage and the do would be done after the 1. Okay? The jab, the one, Ali's jab would knock you out. But because the one doesn't knock you out, they got to come back with another one, followed by a 2 or a 3, whatever, okay? Boxing people. Y'all go look these up if you're not a boxing person, all right? The 1, the 2, the 3, all right? If the one had the ability to knock everybody out, then you wouldn't have to, they would not urge you to get another one, all right? They wouldn't follow it with a 2. So understand, if there's any fear that you might feel, especially if you saw that documentary that I just told you about, this thing on this platform that sounds like the rumble in the jungle, okay? Drop the in the jungle part. Let me make it easy for some of y'all. Drop the in the jungle part, all right? If you saw it on the platform, the rumble in the jungle, drop the in the jungle part, then you know what I'm talking about, all right? It was called Died Suddenly, all right? If there's any fear, trepidation based on that, understand something. You don't need to be afraid. If you're listening to this video right now, you got the opportunity to come back and win this fight in the 12th round or sooner. Let's go, all right? So if the one were all powerful, they would not urge you to get another one. So the one ain't all powerful. If you're listening to this video, if you're watching this video, the one is not all powerful. It has not knocked you out. You ate that, but don't keep eating them ones. Because if you keep eating them ones, let me tell you something. I never saw Ali knock out somebody with the one in the first round. But if they continued to eat those ones long enough, they got softened up to the point where eventually, when he dropped the 2 on them, it was lights out. So if you caught one, don't catch another one. All right. Now, it's not all powerful. If you're listening to me, the one is not all powerful. So let's move on. What is the thing that activated the one? What's the thing that activated it? There is a 6-letter word that activated it. INTENT. Intent. Intent activated the one. But it was not your intent. It was someone else's intent for you. For me even. Okay? Now, so the thing that activated the one was intent. But if the thing that activated the one was intent, then the thing that's going to destroy it is also intent. Y'all stay with me. Stay with me. Watch this. I'm going to read Proverbs 26 and 27 for y'all. Stay with me. Because y'all know I like to go back to the word. All right? Because the word is all powerful. That's what is all powerful, the word. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. We know that God, the Most High God, is all powerful. Proverbs 26 and 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth the stone, it will return upon him. So basically, what does that mean? That means when somebody sets a trap for you, the same mechanisms that they intended to trap you is going to be their downfall. It's that simple. It's that simple. That's the word of the Most High. That's universal law, by the way, because it always happens. It always happens. When you try to jam somebody up, especially somebody who's righteous, when you set a trap for the righteous, you end up falling in your own trap. I did a video on that. I'll put it in the link in the description box. This is why the righteous don't fall. This is why the righteous don't fall. All right? This is why the righteous don't fall. Y'all stay with me. I know I'm talking in code. I know I'm going to lose some people. But somebody, whoever needs to hear this message is going to hear it. He who hath an ear to hear, let he or her that hath an ear to hear, let them hear. Okay? Let them hear. This gonna miss some people, but some people gonna get what I'm talking about. All right? Proverbs 26 and 27. When somebody sets a trap with ill intent on it, and you're righteous, watch what's gonna happen. It's universal law. It happens every time. That same trap, the same mechanisms that they launch is gonna be their downfall. All right? So, intent. Intent is very powerful, y'all. Intent is very powerful. So how are we going to defeat the effects of the one? We know that the one is inorganic, okay? The one is artificial. The one was designed as a mechanism to rewrite an organic mechanism that you have operating inside your vehicle. This is a vehicle. You are the soul. This is a vehicle. So that the one, the intent of the one was to reprogram artificially an organic mechanism that you already have inside your body, okay? Or your vehicle, if you will. Intent activated that. They had an intent to do something. And so they put this thing, this inorganic, artificial thing inside of your body with an intent on it that is apparently not doing anybody any real usefulness or any real good. Y'all stay with me, okay? Intent is powerful, okay? So if intent is what activated it, intent is what's going to defeat it. Let me explain to you. I'm going to read a passage of scripture and you're going to see how intent works at the end. This passage of scripture comes from the book of Isaiah, one of my favorite books in the Bible. Powerful, powerful book. Isaiah, we're going to go to the 55th chapter and the 11th verse. Look at those repeating numbers. There's a reason for that, okay? Isaiah 55 and 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. That's intent. That is intent. I'm going to read that again. I'm going to speed it up. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. My word out of my mouth. Spirit. Word is spirit. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. That's Isaiah 55 and 11. Some people know the power of repeating numbers, all right? All right? Now, intent is powerful. That is intent. So my word is going to carry out my intent. My word is going to activate the thing that I attached to it, which was the intent, okay? Now, so we're going to defeat the one, or the effects of the one, rather. You defeat the one by not even playing with it, okay? You want to know how to defeat the one? Don't get hit with a one, all right? You want to know how to defeat the one? Don't get hit with the one. Ask a good boxing coach. He'll tell you. You going against a boxer with a good one? Tell you, listen, don't sit there and get touched with that one. Slap that one down. Slap it down. You see that one coming? Slap it down. Slip it. Block it. Parry it. Don't get hit with the one. So it's easy to defeat the one. Just don't get hit with it. But if you did get hit with the one, I'm telling you how to reverse the effects of it. Because you've already set the intention of, I'm not getting another one. So now let's deal with the effects of the one that I did get hit with. That's your cut man in the corner, all right? Let's go to it. Now, I read to you Isaiah 55 and 11. That is a very powerful spiritual example of intent. I told y'all the Bible is not a religious book, it's spiritual. Those are the words of the Most High through the prophet Isaiah, saying, hey, when I say something and apply my intent to it, I set the intention first, I speak the word, and that thing which I intended that was activated by the word is going to carry out what my intention was, and it's going to bring it back to me. My word will not return void. It's going to bring back what I set it forth to do. All right? You got that same power. We're going to use that power, and we're going to show you that is the spiritual. We're going to show you the physical now. Physical/energetic. So I gave you the spiritual. I'm going to give you the physical/energetic. The yin and the yang. The yin is spirit. The yang is physical. Okay? All right? All right? We're talking about divine principles here. Divine masculine, divine feminine principles. Okay? Watch this. Intent is the first thing you're going to use to defeat the effects of the one. Set the intention. And when we get to the end of this, I'm going to give you some powerful affirmations that's going to put that in motion for you. Okay? Now, and we're almost there. We're almost there at the end. Set the intention with your words. The words are coming at the end. The next thing is the physical. Electromagnetism disrupts electronic devices. All right? That thing that the one delivered, okay? Microscopic electronic devices. Microscopic electronic devices, okay? But what defeats electronic devices? You can knock them out with electromagnetism. So how do we get that, Matt? How do we get that electromagnetism? I'm glad you asked. You are an electromagnet. You are a being that is part electrical and part magnetic. But if you want to increase your magnetism, what do you guys hear me talk about all the time? Increase your vibrations. I'm going to put that Your vibrations are attached to emotion, energy, and motion, as I heard my brother Ralph Smart say. Emotion, energy, and motion. Okay? Emotion is energy and motion. Now watch this. Your emotions have a vibrational frequency attached to them. When they're in the lower scale, you vibrate low. You're not all that magnetic. You ever see somebody who's just mean, nasty, sad? Who wants to be around them? When somebody wants to be around you, it's because you are magnetic. But when somebody doesn't want to be around you, it's because you're not magnetic. You can't draw anything. If I be lifted up from the earth, I'll draw all men to me. What was he talking about? Was he talking about some people putting him on their shoulders or putting him up in the elevator? No, he was talking about that heart, that mind, that spirit, those spiritual channels, high vibrational frequencies. That's what he's talking about. He was laying down the blueprint. So, raise your vibrations, you raise your magnetism. Now, your heart beat is an electrical engine. You produce that heart beating produces an electrical spark. So guess what? The more electromagnetic you are, the more likely you are to disrupt electronics that are not organic. Now, I've heard people say the sun is magnetic, and the sun's magnetism destroys electronics. It destroys electricity. The higher the magnetism of the sun, people talk about coronal mass ejections and things like that. And we're getting more and more of those because the age is changing and the Earth's vibrational frequency is raising, okay? Or rising, rather. The Earth's vibrational frequency is rising. So, but the type of electricity that is not disrupted by the magnetic energy of the sun is organic electricity. In other words, if you are an organic being that produces a current, you're actually going to get a charge. Your current is going to become more powerful. It is made more powerful by the sun. So now y'all see where I'm going. Electromagnetism. I can't tell you how many stories I've heard of high vibrational people who have to continue setting their watches and such. Their watches are getting disrupted, okay? They check the battery. Hey, I just got a new battery. Why is my watch on the wrong time? But the second hand is still moving. They don't understand what's happening. That they are so powerfully magnetic. They're disrupting. I've heard of people walking past, There's a story I heard recently of someone in an office setting. They went in there. They simply walked past a shredder, and the shredder turned on and wouldn't shut off. That's magnetic energy. It disrupted. Here was this shredder sitting there. It was completely inanimate. It was plugged in. It was turned on, waiting for somebody to put a piece of paper in it so that it could activate and shred that piece of paper. This individual walked past that shredder and it turned on and would not turn back off. It had to be unplugged. There was someone else in the office with that individual. That someone else. The story as I've heard it, that other person that was in there said, "Hey, that shredder was sitting there, but it never was running. I don't know why you think it was. It wasn't running. I would have heard it and turned it off." Okay? So, shredder gets unplugged. That magnetic individual leaves. The shredder gets plugged back in, and it doesn't turn back on. Now, that was the test, because what happened was the shredder was unplugged while that person was in the office, plugged back in. That person walked past it turned back on again. These are real stories, y'all. There's all kind of phenomenon going on in the earth right now. You got to raise your vibration. So if you got something that is man-made or not an organic source of a current, something that is electrical inside of you, and you raise your electromagnetism, you're going to disrupt that thing that's in there. All right. What's the second source of electromagnetism? You're number one. You're the first. In this, don't put this in any special order. It's just the way I've got it listed on my notes. You are the first source of electromagnetism. The second source is that thing they keep trying to block out, talking about, oh, it's increasing the Earth's temperature. No, it's not. The Earth is a living organism. And when you're sick, you run a fever. What makes you sick? Bad cells and overabundance of unhealthy bacteria makes you sick. So you run a fever so that your body can burn it out. That's what's happening on the Earth. Don't let nobody tell you different. All right. When the wickedness in the earth decreases, so will the Earth's temperature. All right. It'll cool back down to a more comfortable thermostat. All right. setting. All right. Now, the sun. The sun is a powerful source of magnetic energy. So this whole little thing of, well, we got to block it out. No, the sun, and somebody knew that the age was going to come where the sun was going to start increasing in these coronal mass ejections and all this magnetic energy hitting the earth, and that it would disrupt electronics. So guess what? If you're walking around with electronics in you that you did not put there, that did not grow there, that weren't there when you were born, and the sun, these magnetic energies are hitting the earth, guess what's going to happen to those things that were delivered by the one? They're going to get disrupted. So, if you want to defeat the one, the payload of the one, raise your vibrations. Raise your vibrations. Look at this emotion scale and make sure that you're operating in those different emotional zones. If something is a cause of your lowering your emotions, block it out or turn it off, whatever you need to do to repel it and keep your vibrations high. That's number one. That's why I say y'all stop watching the news. The news ain't doing. How do you feel after you're done watching the news? That's the litmus test. Do you feel good after you're done watching it, or are you angry? Are you afraid? Low vibrations. All right. Raise your vibrations, number one, and you'll raise your magnetism. Remember, simple. When people want to be around you, it's because you're magnetic. When people don't want to be around you, it's either, when most people don't want to be around you, it's because you're low vibrational. Now, low vibrational people also don't want to be around high vibrational people because the light hurts their eyes. That's something different. All right. Be the light that hurts the eyes of low vibrational beings. Be that light. Okay. Next, the sun. Get out and get that sun. Get out and get that sunlight. Go sun gaze. All right. You got a privacy fence in your backyard, whatever. You ain't worried about no drones. You ain't worried about nobody looking in your yard. Go out there booty butt naked. Go out there booty butt naked and soak in as much sunlight as you can on every ounce or every inch of your body. Do it. All right? Don't ask me if I do that. That ain't none of y'all business, all right? Now, you raise your vibrations, get that sunlight in you. You got an internal source to go against the payload of the thing, and then the sun is an external source. So, spiritual warfare, you're attacking it on two fronts, all right? You're attacking on two fronts. Now, once you have disrupted that electronic device, destroyed it, basically, destroyed those electronic microscopic devices in you, you simply need to remove them from the body now. How do we do that? Look up heavy metal detoxing. How to do a heavy metal detox, all right? What are some chelation foods? What are chelation foods? Chelation foods are foods that when you eat them, and they're typically vegetables, okay? Herbs or vegetables, some type of herb, some type of vegetable. When you eat these chelators, and the molecules in those chelators they bind heavy metals to them so that they can be, passed out through your urine and through your stool, all right? So look up heavy metal detox. It's going to give you some chelators. These are herbs. You can make tinctures, teas. You can eat these herbs, whatever, all right? We're talking about removing the aftermath. Once you've disrupted these electronics, you need to get the what's left of it out of your body, okay? The other thing, some people use ionic foot baths. You can look up ionic foot baths. There are other people that go to these heavy metal detox. They go to these detox centers, wellness centers where they do heavy metal detoxing. They got all sorts of different methodologies and tools they use to remove excess heavy metals from your body. All right, from the blood, from the body, from the tissues. All right, they draw them. They're bound to them, and then flushed out of the body. And now you got a fresh, clean slate. Okay, so I want you to understand something as we wrap up here, all right? The beginning of the creation of reality is intent, all right? Intent. I intend to create a world for mankind to live in. Let's start with the light. Let there be light, all right? That was intent. Let there be light was a spoken word of an intention, all right? All right? I told y'all the Bible's a spiritual book. It's not religious. It is not religious. The religious establishment hijacked it. They doctored it so they can control you. We're entering the age of Aquarius. It's time to break those chains off. It's time to break them off. You don't have to be controlled. You don't have to be. You are a powerful being by yourself. All right? The beginning of the creation of reality is intent. All right? The beginning of the creation of your reality is your intentions. That's why you hear a lot of these yoga teachers. Listen, I don't go as much as I used to. I need to get back in there, to be honest, to re-increase that flexibility, because it helps me in every area, sports, everything I do is that flexibility and that getting oxygen down into those tight places. Just when you open your body and just remove that tension, it just, oh man, there's nothing like it. I got to get back in it. But I digress. Yoga teachers, one of my favorite yoga teachers, Maria, shout out to you if you're watching this video. Set an intention for every practice. Set an intention. They used to say that all the time. What is your intention? Set that intention and do it. Even if that intention is just to be mindful of your breath. Be mindful of the breath that you take in. You want to be more flexible. Set an intention. When I hit a tight spot, as I'm leaning forward into a pose, I'm just going to breathe. I'm not going to push it. My intention is to breathe and relax. And before you know it, you folded into a fold that you didn't think you could get into. The beginning of the creation of your reality is your intent. Set an intention. Go back and read Isaiah 55:11 again. Memorize it, all right? The Most High gave us the example. You set forth word that will not return void. Set an intention. Set an intention. Set an intention here in your heart. Those are the feminine energy zones, guys. I said it in another video, how to protect your energy. I'll put a link to that in the description box too. Feminine energy zones, chakra 6, chakra 4, chakra 2 down in here, all right? Men and women have them. Stop with this stupidity. Stop with it, all right? Women got 3 masculine energy zones. Men have 3 feminine energy zones, okay? All right? Each of us has 3 masculine, 3 feminine, and then that neutral crown where we get our downloads. All right, y'all. Now, let's move on to the affirmations and get out of here. Affirmations. I told y'all a step ago, we're going to use the physical and the spiritual. The spiritual one is setting an intention, all right? We're going to set that intention right now, all right? I want y'all to repeat after me. We're going to do an overall message, and then we're going to set 5 individual intentions, all right? 5 affirmations, okay? Well, I'm going to read this. I want you guys to just hear it, let it seep in, all right? And then we're going to do 5 individual affirmations. That 5 is a very powerful number. It's the number of change. Those who understand numerology know that 5 is the number of change. We're going to change something in your life right now, okay? All right? We're going to change something and make it better, all right? The affirmation, and then we're going to do the 5 intentions. I disrupt and render ineffective any and all devices that have been placed inside of my body that are not in alignment with the divine purpose of my life and that do not serve my highest good. And with my words and intent, I activate the healing energy inside of me to safely draw out and remove the remnants of those devices of ill intent. And now the 5 statements. 1, I am healed. Say that. Say it with me. I am healed. 2, I am whole. 3, I am stronger and more magnetic now than I ever was before. 4, I am an expression of divine light. 5, I am an expression of divine love. So be it. So be it.